All right, we're here at Legacy's Boxing Gym with I am Bobby Castro, getting ready to fight 1 week in the Llamas Promotions card in Brownsville, man. With 1 week of training, man, how does it feel? How's everything going right now?
Feels great. I'm very thankful to have this opportunity to fight on the Llamas card. Especially against my opponent that I'm fighting, Oscar Robledo. A couple months back, we are going back and forth on Facebook. So, the time is now. 1 week away. I'm ready. I'm close to weight. I feel good. I feel great. I'm in shape and I'm ready to perform in front of the fans.
Got it, Bobby. Let's quickly go back to 2025, man. You started off with a victory, you had an injury, and then you ended it fighting on a big card on the road, a Pitbull Cruise fight, man. Just talk about that whole year and that whole year of emotions.
Yeah, man. So it was actually very tough, mentally and physically. At the beginning of that year, I decided to start off with a victory. And that's what I did. I trained hard. You know how it is in the cold weather. It's very hard to cut weight. So every pound dropped it's not given to you, man. It's earned. So I put the work in to get ready for that fight. I put the miles in. I put the work in. I got the win. And during the second round, I felt a little, like a pop in my jaw, and
Hmm.
I didn't think too much of it. After the fight, I tried getting a doctor's excuse. Doctor said I was fine. A couple weeks later, I wasn't okay, man. I had to go to the emergency room. I had really bad pain in my jaw, and I had a clean fracture. But by the grace of God, and thankful to my sponsors who took care of my bills for me and stuff like that to get everything fixed. I'm here now, and I'm in great shape. I'm ready to compete. My jaw is fine. And yeah, man. So, after that fight, I did have some braces in my mouth for, a couple months. And, just coming into the gym and just, well, a little bit before that, after the surgery, I was just there in the hospital, man, just, overfilled with emotions, I guess you could say, just realizing that, I might never be able to box again because of the type of injury that I had,
Hmm.
and just to go through that type of stuff, but at the same time having faith in God and just keeping my faith strong and believing that I would be able to fight again. And that's really what kept me through, because I won that fight. I won that fight for a reason. I got hurt,
Hmm.
so maybe just take a step back and regather myself and come back stronger. And that's really what I did. I wasn't expecting to fight on a Lamont Roach and Pitbull Cruz undercard, but when I got the call, it's a fight on that kind of scale. How could you turn that down, right?
Right.
As a fighter, that's one of your dreams, man, to fight on a card like that, to perform under the bright lights. So we took that fight, man, and it was a great fight. I got very good experience. I really think, even though we didn't get the decision that we wanted, I really think it was the best performance that I've had in the past couple of years. So I feel good and I feel great, and I'm looking to build off of that loss, even though it wasn't the outcome we wanted.
When you got touched, I mean, it doesn't matter how good the fighter is, you're always going to get hit. That's what they've always said, right?
Yeah.
When you got touched in that fight in San Antonio and you got hit, were you like, okay, I'm fully healed now? Did you feel like that?
Yeah. So actually, it was kind of weird because in the first round, he caught me on the top of the temple, I guess you
Hmm.
could say. And right then and there, I kind of felt it was happening in the first round. So I felt like, oh, okay, let me get my hands up, start moving my head around. But, as the fight started going on and progressing, I mean, I've actually been touched more here in sparring
Okay.
than I have in that last fight, man. So, I think the work that I had in sparring, sparring bigger guys, Mark Buick, sparring Moses, prime time Moreno, UFC. So, being able to spar the bigger guys and being able to put my chin against them has definitely brought me a lot more confidence. And yeah, man, just not being worried about my jaw completely, knowing that I can take a hit,
Hmm.
but staying smart and keeping my hands up, of course.
Got it, Bobby. So your opponent, Oscar Chino Robledo, you did say that you guys went back and forth a little bit, but it seems though here on the RGV level that you guys were already on a collision course before that. You guys being in the same weight, you guys having a similar opponent in Rigo Rivera, you guys having familiarity with Ricky Camacho, your stablemate. He has fought him. Did you ever feel, even before the back and forth, that y'all were gonna fight one day?
Yeah, yeah, I actually did. You know, uh, that's the perfect timing right now, man. I had a feeling we were gonna fight, and then he actually it was a video that was posted on Facebook of one of his stablemates that got knocked out. And I just commented on it, making a joke like, "Hey man, he was going for the knockout, and he ended up getting knocked out." And he commented on there, and he started, like, one day we're gonna fight, blah blah blah, at 135 and this and that. Well, I haven't fought at 135 in years, man, since like my first pro fight. So that's not gonna happen. So it is what it is. It was what it was. But here we are right now. We're gonna fight at 142, and I just hope he's ready, man. I feel good. I feel great. I'm in shape, and I'm ready to put on the show for sure.
Got it, man. At the press conference a few weeks ago, you guys saw each other. Basically, y'all sized each other up, man. Y'all did go back and forth a little bit. I don't know if y'all understood each other, what you were saying,
Yeah,
but what were your thoughts about the whole presser, looking at him face to face?
yeah. It was fun. It was fun, just to get to see him and to see his attitude. He's from Brownsville, so being over there in Brownsville, I kind of felt it feels like I'm the underdog.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And I couldn't understand what he was saying too much, but a lot of my friends, they were messaging me and letting me know what he was saying.
Hmm.
Maybe he thinks I'm taking him lightly because of his record. Well, guess what? I train my hardest for every fight. I
Hmm.
train to perform at the highest level I can for every fight. So don't think I'm underestimating you. I'm training hard for this fight, and I'm gonna put these hands on you, and we're gonna see what happens. But yeah, just being out there, it was a fun experience just to see him. Kind of feel the person that he is. I know hard work beats talent when talent isn't working hard.
Hmm.
I know he's gonna be coming in, and if he wants to dance, we can dance. If he wants to fight, we can fight. I'm ready for whatever.
What happens next Saturday?
Next Saturday, we go to war. Feast lightly, because you will dine in hell, man. That's one of the things I gotta say. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans are gonna be excited. I'm excited right now. I know once I get in there and I fill them out, it could be an early night, in my opinion. If it goes the distance, one of us isn't gonna look too good after the fight, and it's not gonna be me that looks beat up. So just be ready, man. I'm ready for war.
Bobby, that night, there's also a big fight in New York City. We have Shakur Stevenson versus Teofimo Lopez.
Yes, sir.
It's a big fight, but RGV boxing is rabid. People love their boxing, especially the local shows. Tell the people why they should go to the local fights instead of watching the fights at home.
Hey, man, support your local fighters, man. I mean, think about it. You support people that don't even know you, or you're supporting people that don't even know about you. But when you're here and you're supporting local fighters and giving them recognition and stuff like that, it adds value to them.
Hmm.
And one day when we get to that level, we're not gonna forget about y'all. One of the things I like to say is, I'm from Harlingen, baby. I love Harlingen. I was born and raised here. This is my city. So when I make it big, definitely people are gonna see that this is where I came from, the city of Harlingen. So city of Harlingen, y'all show up, y'all show out. Hit me up for tickets. I'm having them. I'm gonna have them till Friday. It's gonna be a great fight, man. It's gonna be a fight y'all don't want to miss. It's a fan-friendly fight. Two boxers going to war. If you've been to any one of my fights, you know that I don't lay down easily. I love to fight. I love the game, and it's gonna be a great show, guaranteed.
And in closing, Bobby, before I let you go, anybody want to say hi to any shout outs you want to give to anybody?
Just whatever happens next Saturday, all glory and praise to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. I want to give a big thank you to my sponsors. Because of y'all, I'm able to take the days off needed to work, get my stuff needed to diet, get the stuff that my equipment that keeps me fresh, keeps me stabilized. The gas money, all that stuff. I appreciate y'all very much. I want to give a big thank you to Team Castro, family, supporter, friends, and big thank you to my family that I have at home. I love y'all so much, and y'all are the reason why I do this. And I'm definitely gonna get that win for us, so we can have a little family time right after. Man, I love all of y'all.
Bobby, we'll see you fight night, man.
Yes, sir. Let's go. Let's get it.